Hi everyone, it's me, David. I hope you're having a great day. And here is today's philosophical point: the dichotomy of control. On the first page of Epictetus's book, The Enchiridion, he says some things are in our control and some things are not in our control. This dichotomy is of great importance, and I should say great practical importance in Stoicism. The reason it's called a dichotomy is because anything that you encounter, anything that you experience, even anything you can think of, falls on one side or the other of this divide. It's either in your control or it's not under your control. Now, to see that this is of great importance for Stoicism, you don't need much evidence, because many people will say this is the thing that brought them to Stoicism, this distinction, and the use of it and the usefulness of it can be seen quite immediately. So think about something that is coming up that is causing you fear, such as, I think my boss is going to confront me about something at work. And so you're thinking about this the night before you think it's going to happen. And so asking yourself, is this event in my control or is it not in my control, can show you immediately how the situation really is. It can put things in proper perspective and provide you some relief, often immediately. Let's say in another kind of scenario that there is a job you want, there's something you want, say a job, or you want to be with a certain person. By thinking about whether this arrangement is actually in your control or not in your control, you can put things in their proper perspective, and then you can see, well, is it worth my effort? How much more effort does it make sense to me to put into this? So the reason I say that it is of great practical importance in Stoicism is because it's incorrect, actually, to say this is foundational for Stoicism as a philosophy. And if we look at the fragments of the early Stoics, they recognize this distinction between what's in your control and what's not in your control. It's also alluded to in Seneca, but it only becomes of central importance when we get to Epictetus, and that's in his short work, The Enchiridion. Now, the reason that I point this out is because to understand Stoicism in its best light, I believe, you do have to understand a great deal of the theory. And so you should not, no one should be discouraged by that, because it just takes time, maybe some guidance from someone who knows more about Stoicism than you. But it's also important to see, okay, this does have great practical use, but it is not a foundational point of the theory. And I'll give more reasons why that is in other videos. The second thing to note is that in control versus out of your control is not the best translation of what Epictetus says. The best and most faithful translation is what is up to us and what is not up to us. One of the reasons that you should start to think about the dichotomy in this way is it will lead to less misunderstandings about Stoicism. That's something I'll cover in another video, but I should say, because many people like to speak about what's in your control and what's out of your control, that it is useful to do this. I'm just concerned about the areas in which it is leading to a misunderstanding, or it's not the best way of thinking about it in a practical situation. Those are things I'll cover in later videos. So that's it for today. Like, subscribe, check out what I do below, and have a great day. It's up to you.